Hey, you know how a lot of insurers bolt on a couple of riders, change the packaging, and proudly call it innovation? Well, Reliance General didn't go down that lazy route. They actually rebuilt their entire health stack from scratch. So instead of locking you into one rigid policy, they let you start with the basic India-only cover and then scale all the way to planned global care as your needs or income grow. Now, at the center of this ecosystem is their flagship product, Health Infinity. It comes with what Reliance calls the More Trio. MoreTime, MoreCover, and MoreGlobal. Now, think of them as extra gears that let you stretch the duration of your policy, add additional backup coverage, or even open the door to planned treatment abroad. The idea is simple. You shouldn't have to keep buying new policies every time your life situation changes. Now, surrounding this flagship, you have Health Gain, Health Global, Health Super Top Up, which is their Super Top Up policy. Together, these form a modular suite that you can dial up or down based on your family size, budget, or health needs. So if you want to start small, scale later, or combine a base with a big super top-up, the structure actually allows for it. Hello folks, I'm Shashank and you're watching Ditto Insurance. Ditto is one place where you just not choose the right policy. You get help from IDI certified advisors who can help you compare two plans, and yes, we never spam you and there'll be no forceful selling. We deal with both health and term insurance and we suggest only the right plans for you. If you're on the fence of getting the right plan but don't know where to start, just head to the link in the description and book your free 30-minute call. Today we're going deep into Health Infinity and then we'll quickly cover Health Gain, Health Global, and Health Super Top Up. We'll talk about Reliance as an insurer, how they perform operationally, what features matter, what benefits are built in, the add-ons that actually move the needle, waiting periods, discounts where they apply, and real premium across different profiles. And by the end of this, you'll know exactly where Reliance portfolio fits in your decision making. Alright, let's start with Reliance General. They're a private general insurer with a fairly widespread presence, operating through over 127 offices and around nearly 90,000 intermediaries across categories like motor, health, home, travel, and marine. It's a mix of physical branches and digital distribution. And before we go further, a quick disclosure. Reliance General is a non-partner insurer for Ditto, meaning we don't sell their plans. All the numbers that you see are from insurers' documents and data that we've cross-checked with reliable aggregator sources. Their CSR averages around 87% over the last 3 years, that is 2022 to 25. Their incurred claim ratio is roughly around 91%, which is the average between 2021 and 24. They receive about 4 complaints per 10,000 claims, which is reasonably low for their size. Their cashless network is sizable with more than 10,000 plus hospitals. Their annual business sits at around 19,444 crore rupees. In short, they're solid, not at the very top of the market, but definitely serviceable and stable. Okay, now let's talk about Health Infinity, which is their flagship plan and easily their most customizable one. Starting with eligibility, adults can enter the policy between the ages of 18 and 65, while children can be added from 91 days all the way up to 30 years. Now, after 30, they simply move to an individual plan with continuity intact, so there's no break in coverage. You can buy this as an individual plan or as a floater for up to 2 adults and 6 children, and you're allowed lifelong renewability. The sum insured ranges from 3 lakh rupees all the way up to 5 crore rupees, with popular slabs like 3, 5, 10, 15, 25, 50 lakh, and then the multi-crore options. You can pick 1, 2, or 3 year tenures. Now, talking about the core features, and these are bits that matter first, there's no copay by default. There is a zonal rule though. If you've paid a Zone B premium but you end up getting treated in Zone A city, you'll have to bear a 20% copay. It's just something to be mindful of. Now, for rooms, you're allowed any room category. There are disease by sublimits on certain special treatments, so you need to check those carefully. Your pre-hospitalization cover runs for 90 days and post-hospitalization for 180 days. Daycare, domiciliary Ayush, and organ donor expenses are all covered up to sum insured. Emergency ambulance expenses are also allowed up to full sum insured. Now, for modern or special treatments like robotic surgeries or deep brain stimulation, the cover depends on your sum insured. If you've picked less than 10 lakh, the plan covers half the sum insured for these treatments. If you've chosen 10 lakhs or more, then you get full sum insured coverage. Now, Restore is available at 100% once every year, but it only works for unrelated illnesses, so not the best case scenario. Now, let's talk about what really defines this plan, which is the inbuilt more benefits. Yes, that's what they're calling it, more benefits. MoreTime simply adds an extra month to your policy term, so a 1-year policy becomes a 13-month policy. MoreCover gives you additional coverage that can be used either during the same claim or if you future claim. The amount it gives you scales with your base sum insured. And MoreGlobal is the interesting one here. This lets you get plan treatment abroad covered up to either 50 lakh or your base sum insured, whichever is lower. Just keep in mind this is for plan treatment, not emergencies abroad. Waiting periods are fairly standard. There's an initial waiting period of 30 days for all illnesses except accidents which are covered from day one. Specific illnesses have a 2-year wait. Pre-existing conditions have a 3-year waiting period, and COVID, interestingly, has a 15-day waiting window. Now, this is something that we don't see generally outside. Now, when it comes to optional add-ons, this is where customization becomes meaningful. Unlimited restore is a strong one. If your sum insured is 5 lakh, you get unlimited restore for unrelated illnesses, but you also get a one-time restore for related conditions. If your sum insured is 10 lakhs or higher, you get unlimited restore for both related and unrelated claims. Consumables cover is another high-impact add-on, covering things like gloves, syringes, PP kits, and other disposables up to the sum insured. The air ambulance benefit varies based on your sum insured. If you have less than 1 crore sum insured, the air ambulance limit is either 7.5% of your sum insured or 5 lakh rupees, whichever is higher. If you have 1 crore or more, it goes up to 10% of the sum insured. Now, there are several customization add-ons that you can pick depending on your needs. The supercharger option lets you grow your coverage irrespective of claims, either by 20% each year up to 100% or by 30% each year up to 100%. The maternity add-on, which is only available if you opt for 3-year tenure, gives you 1 lakh of maternity coverage at a 5 lakh sum insured and 1 to 2 lakh if you pick 10 lakh or above sum insured. The waiting period here can either be 1 or 2 years as per your choice. You can also add coverage for newborns and vaccinations up to 1 lakh rupees. The OPD add-ons come in 2 variants, Plan A and Plan B. Now, Plan A covers consultations, diagnostic tests, and medicines up to 35% of the OPD limit, and Plan B adds dental and surgical procedures. The limits range from 10,000 rupees to 50,000. The durable medical equipment add-on allows expenses up to 5% of your sum insured, capped at 2.5 lakh rupees, and small equipment is covered up to 1%, capped at 20,000 rupees. Now, there are further configurations like double cover on the same claim, home care benefits, reducing the PED waiting period to 2 or even 1 year, reducing the specific illness waiting period to 1 year, options to downgrade room rent, discounts for removing the more trio, and a voluntarily aggregate deductible ranging from 10,000 to 1 lakh rupees. Now, premiums vary by profile, but to give you a flavor, a 10 lakh sum insured in Delhi with a 10% online discount works like this. The premiums are on your screen. Now, in short, base pricing is competitive, especially in the 10 to 25 lakh segment. Now, if you want full stack protection, unlimited restore and consumables are the first 2 add-ons to really consider. MoreGlobal is a differentiator if you're thinking about planned overseas treatment. Now, just watch out for disease-wise sublimits at lower sum insureds, the zone copay rule, and the restore condition that only works for unrelated illnesses unless you add unlimited restore. Okay, now let's move to Health Gain. They're more sort of budget-friendly and modular plan. The eligibility here is straightforward. Adults can enter between age 18 and 65, and if you choose 3 lakh sum insured, there's no upper entry age cap. Kids can enter from 91 days all the way up to 25 years, and they exit at 26. You can buy this with a 1, 2, or 3-year tenure, either as an individual policy or a floater, depending on the variant. There are 3 variants here: Plus, Power, and Prime. Plus caters to 3 and 5 lakh sum insureds. Power handles 10 to 20 lakh. Prime goes from 25 lakh all the way up to 1 crore rupees. Now, talking about core features. Room rent varies by variant. Plus and Power keep you in single private AC room. Prime lets you pick any room category. There's no copay by default, but if the entry age is 61 or above, a mandatory 20% copay applies unless you add an optional cover to remove it. The zone rule applies here too. So a Zone B premium paired with a Zone A treatment triggers a 20% copay. Disease-wise sublimits exist in this plan. Pre and post hospitalization vary. Plus and Prime give you 60 days each. Prime gives 60 and 90. Modern treatments are limited to 50% of the sum insured in Plus and Power, but allowed up to full sum insured in Prime. Ayush, domiciliary and daycare treatments are all covered up to full sum insured in all the variants. There's a no claim bonus structure that grows your coverage by 33% each year up to 100%. Restoration is available for unrelated claims at 100% and additional 20% for related claims. Ambulance limits differ as you move up the variants, starting at 1,500 rupees per hospitalization in Plus, 3,000 per hospitalization in Power, and up to full sum sum insured in Prime. Organ donor cover is available only to 50% of the sum insured with certain caps. In the higher variants, you will see extra sum insured and accommodation bonus, accidental death and critical illness waivers, and something called loyalty cover, which provides accident cash, ICU cash, and hospital cash benefits. Waiting periods are again here pretty standard: 30 days initial, 2 years specific illness waiting period, and 3 years for pre-existing conditions, and again a COVID waiting period for 15 days. The optional covers here are extensive. You get a guaranteed cumulative bonus, unlimited reinstatement for unrelated claims, and one reinstatement for related ones. Consumables cover up to sum insured, a double cover option that adds 100% extra coverage, room rent upgrade options, PD reduction to 2 or 1 year, aggregate deductible, the ability to remove copay for people entering at age 61 or above, hospital cash benefits, the ability to extend pre and post hospitalization to 90 and 180 days, air ambulance, second options, home care, vaccination cover, and even vision correction. Now, premiums for power variant at a 10 lakh sum insured in Delhi with a 10% online discount fall close to what we saw earlier. The premiums are on your screen. The core idea of Health Gain is simple. It's a value-centric entry point, but it becomes truly useful only after you add a room upgrade option, a stronger restore, and consumables cover. The lower variants carry multiple sublimits, so treat this as a budget-first plan that you can customize to fit your needs. Next, let's talk about Health Global, which is Reliance's worldwide hospitalization plan. Adults can enter between age 18 and 65, and children from 91 days to 25 years, with exits at 26. Renewability is lifelong. Your global sum insured is in dollars: $150,000, $250,000, and $500,000, $750,000, or $1 million. But there's a catch. Across your lifetime, your total global usage is capped at twice your annual sum insured. Now, you can choose a 1, 2, or 3 year tenure. There's no default copay unless the entry age is 61 or above. That 20% copay can be waived off with an add-on. Any room is allowed, but disease-wise sublimits do exist, and gene therapy is notable one with specific caps. There are 4 variants here: Elite, Elite Plus, Royal, and Royal Plus. Elite and Elite Plus cover only a specified list of major illnesses, while Royal and Royal Plus cover all illnesses worldwide. At a high level, the plan covers global consumables, organ donor expenses, and both road and air ambulance up to sum insured. Pre and post hospitalization is also like this: 15 days for pre and post for 30, quite less if you ask me. Second options are covered up to sum insured. The plus variants, that is Elite Plus and Royal Plus, also include assistance features like translation help, lost passport support, and travel arrangements. Gene therapy limits differ slightly. In the Elite tiers, the limit is 50% of the sum insured or $5 lakh, whichever is lower, with a lifetime cap of 100%. In the Royal tiers, it's 50% of the global sum insured with the lifetime 100% cap. You can add riders to waive age-based copay, introduce voluntary copays of 10 or 20%, reduce the PD waiting period to 2 or 1 year, and add a multi-trip rider that covers emergency medical treatment and travel disruptions during trips. There's also an optional India cover, which comes in basic and comprehensive versions. The India sum insured ranges from 1.5 crore all the way up to unlimited coverage. Any rooms allowed. The basic India cover includes domiciliary, daycare, Ayush, and ambulance expenses up to sum insured. The comprehensive version adds air ambulance, rehab benefits, home care up to 25 lakh rupees, durable equipment up to 5 lakh, small equipment up to 2 lakh, OPD up to 50,000, health checkups, second opinions, a 25% NCB that grows to 100%, inflation protection of 80% per year up to 100%, and unlimited reinstatement for both related and unrelated claims. But if you choose an unlimited India sum insured, then no claim bonus, inflation protection, and unlimited restore don't apply. The important thing to remember about Health Global is that Elite versions only cover listed illnesses. Gene therapy is capped at 50%, your lifetime usage is limited to twice your annual sum insured, and your India benefits only exist if you've taken the India cover. Finally, let's talk about their super top up, which is Health STU. This is meant for people who already have a base policy and want to stack a higher cover at a lower cost. Adults can enter between ages 18 and 65. Children can enter from 91 days to 25 years. Like others, it offers lifelong renewability. You can choose a sum insured anywhere from 5 lakh all the way up to about 1.3 crore rupees. Deductibles start at 2 lakhs and go up to 30 lakhs. Plan A has an annual aggregate deductible for 1, 2, or 3 years. Plan B has a long-term aggregate deductible for 2 or 3 years. You can buy this as an individual or a family floater with up to 2 adults and 6 children. There's no copay. Room eligibility eligibility is a single private AC room, sometimes up to deluxe. There are no disease-wise sublimits. Pre-hospitalization is covered for 90 days and post-hospitalization for 180 days. Daycare, Ayush and domiciliary care are all covered up to full sum insured. You also get a no-claim bonus that grows by 10% every year up to 50%. Maternity is covered up to 2 lakh rupees with a 1-year waiting period for up to 2 deliveries, and the newborn is covered within the maternity benefit. Organ donor expenses are covered up to sum insured. Ambulance covers 3,500 rupees per hospitalization for road transport, and air ambulance limits of 2 lakh rupees for sum insured below 10 lakhs and 5 lakhs for those above. Consumables are covered up to the sum insured. There are accident-based deductible waivers and critical illness-based premium waivers. Health checkups are available every 3 years, worth either 3 or 5,000 rupees depending on the variant. Global emergency is covered for up to 45 days with a $100 deductible per claim. Waiting periods are same as what we discussed, with an addition of 1 year for maternity. You can reduce the PED wait to 2 years, choosing a long-term aggregate deductible, or even buy back your deductible after 4 claim-free years, subject to underwriting. Now, premiums for reference at 90 lakh sum insured with a 10 lakh deductible in Delhi and a 5% online discount. Take a look at the screen and you will know how much it costs. This plan is essentially a cost-effective way to stack a very high limit above your existing base. If you pair it with a long-term deductible and later use the buyback option, it gives you flexibility across your entire insurance lifecycle. Just remember that room rent cap is single private, so make sure it aligns with room eligibility of your base policy to avoid proportional deductions. Okay, now let's step back and take a look at Reliance's overall portfolio. What works well is the breadth and the modularity. From the budget-friendly health cane to flagship Health Infinity to global hospitalization with Health Global and large limit super top-up with their super top-up Health STU, the upgrade path is clear and logical. Their complaint volumes are quite low, and the service guarantees inside Health Cane suggest serious intent to improve turnaround times. Now, the depth of the flagship, especially with MoreTime, MoreCover, MoreGlobal, unlimited restore and consumables, can get surprisingly close to full stack protection. And the super top-up pricing is sharp if you want big limits without breaking the bank. However, there are a few things to be mindful of. The CSR of around 87% does trail behind some of the top peers. Several variants have sublimits or caps, especially for special treatments and lower sum insured. There is zonal copay and age-based copay from 61 onwards that can affect claim payouts unless you explicitly remove them by paying extra. And out of the box, many versions don't feel complete. You'll likely add unlimited restore, consumables, and room upgrades to reach the level of coverage that you expect. Health Global in particular has conceptual complexity with its listed illness tiers, the lifetime 2x sum insured limit, and gene therapy caps. But if what you want is a scalable stack where you can start with a budget plan upgrade to flagship, global cover, or super top-up, Reliance gives you just that. But folks, I know that you might have gotten confused somewhere along the line, and if you want to know if this is the right plan or which other plan sits right for you, then don't worry. You can book a free call with us. There'll be no forceful selling. Our advisors will help you pick the right plan by helping you understand which one really works for you. So folks, that was it from me. I'll see you in the next one. If you like MoreTime, simply adds an extra month to your policy term, so a 1-year policy becomes a 13-month policy. This video, please drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, happy insurance hunting.